The GoPro Hero 10 is a near perfect cinematic camera capable of producing the smoothest, most awe-inspiring MotoVlog footage from an action cam. But it's still the second best camera you can put on your helmet. And in this video, I'm going to explain why there might just be a better option for you to record your rides. So every year GoPro releases a new model, and every year I wonder, have they done it? Have they delivered the perfect action camera for MotoVloggers and riders who want to make a ride trip video and document their rides? And the GoPro Hero 10 is incredibly impressive. They nailed it. They fixed a number of flaws that limited the GoPro Hero 8 and built on a steady foundation that the Hero 9 created. I love this camera. It's truly incredible, and for me, it's still the second best camera that I would buy for my helmet. Make sure to watch to the end because I have an interesting twist for you later on. There are essentially three types of camera on the market right now suited to helmet cam mounting for motovlogging. The first is the true action cam sector where GoPro really dominates. Action cams need to be rugged and cater to a wide range of applications, from free falling through space to exploring coral reefs in the ocean. This broad range of applications means the best action cams are versatile, rugged, and offer best-in-class image quality to capture people doing incredible things. And GoPro has dominated in this market ever since the introduction of the original GoPro in 2006, and has iterated on the original design through to the Hero 10. I still currently own a Hero 3, Hero Session, Hero 5, two Hero 7s, and now the Hero 10. As I said, GoPros have dominated in this space for a while. Increasingly though, GoPro has seen some competition from viable contenders, such as the recently announced DJI Action 2. The second sector is the increasingly popular 360 action camera. These cameras fall somewhere between novelty shots at worst to game-changing perspective distorting content. It's possible to create incredible third-person rider shots as well as novelty small planet videos. They also allow for most options in post-production because you can decide where the interesting action is after the fact. The quality of these cameras has increased over time as well, with them getting both higher resolution with the Insta360 One X as well as more portable with the Insta360 Go. These are starting to swing away from novelty into mainstream MotoVlog realm, but not without compromises, which I'll talk about in a little bit. The third and final is the motorcycle-specific niche camera, either fully integrated into a helmet like the Sena Momentum, or in my case integrated with my rider intercom with the Sena Evo 10C. These cameras fall somewhere between the action camera and dash safety camera. They serve to record your ride, or record or document an accident if it were to happen. So I need to create some sort of criteria to make this in some way measurable, and I think there are 4 key areas to consider. So here we go. 1. Video quality. 2. Customization and control. 3. Ease of use for motovlogging. 4. Price. This isn't going to be a Gerald Undone style evaluation, it'll be rough and subjective, but something to keep us on track for this review. Okay, so let's get started. Straight up, of the 3 cameras I'm reviewing here, the GoPro has the best footage. The GoPro Hero 10 is a beast capable of 5.3K at 60 frames per second or 4K at 120 frames per second with a 23 megapixel sensor. It also has best-in-class image stabilization with Hypersmooth 4.0. The Sena Evo 10C is capable of a respectable 4K at 30 frames per second. The Insta360 one I have is older model, but it's still capable of 4K at 30 frames a second and includes 6-axis gyroscopic stabilization. So comparing these in the real world on the same ride, have a look here and see which would you guess which is which. The Sena Evo 10C is A, GoPro Hero 10 is B, and the Insta360 one is C. Let's score this round. The GoPro Hero gets full marks, 10 out of 10 for video footage. To me, the Sena footage comes in second, but really isn't up to the quality of the GoPro, so it gets a 7. And the Insta360 comes in after that with a 6. On to the next round, customization and control. All 3 of these cameras have accompanying phone apps in order to change settings and do customizations. The Sena Evo 10C is primarily an intercom device to communicate with other riders, listen to music on your phone, and connect to your GPS. It just happens to have a sneaky 4K camera packed into it too. So the Sena app doesn't really have many options to control your video footage. The Insta360 app is quite good and has a number of video footage settings for quality and frame rates, as well as some of the more gimmicky settings for things like bullet time, where you can swing your camera above your head and have a 360 Matrix movie style slow-mo of yourself and the surroundings around you. Additionally, you can plug the device directly into your phone and run it from the app. It's a definite plus for it. The GoPro Hero 10 dominates here again though. The app is the best of all three, with the ability to change all the camera settings, as well as connect and store your footage on GoPro's cloud. More useful though is the touchscreen control that allows you to set image quality, frames per second, shutter speed, white balance, and a whole host of other things that you'll want to do as you run this camera in full manual mode. I personally really appreciate this, as I like to run the GoPro on 4K at 24 frames a second with a shutter fixed at 1/48. I limit my ISO to between 100 and 800, and I use ND filters to get the balance right, to get that epic kind of cinematic look that I'm looking for. If this last sentence didn't mean any sense to you, don't worry about it. It just means that it's an incredibly customizable action camera and you can get what you need from it, but it also works perfectly in automatic mode for everything you need. So to score this, the GoPro Hero gets another perfect score here, the Insta360 gets a respectable 7, and the Sena gets an underwhelming 4. Wait a minute. You said GoPro would be your second choice of camera, but it's got a perfect score so far. What are you talking about? Hang on. The things we've talked about are the places that the GoPro Hero excels as an everything action camera. Let's look at the MotoVlogging specific requirements and see how it stacks up. Okay, so let's get into the specifics of MotoVloggers in two parts. What we need is a device that's easily mounted on our helmets and ideally doesn't make you look completely ridiculous. Let's call that mounting and looks. Secondly, it needs to not weigh too much to save our necks, has a battery that lasts long enough for most rides, so weight and battery is the second section. In terms of mounting and how it looks, the Sena wins hands down. It's low profile and hidden in your intercom. Most motorists don't even notice that I'm wearing it. Easy win. It's easy to charge with a micro USB and can be charged while on the go. You can also change out the memory without removing it from your helmet. Win. This gets 10 points. The GoPro sitting on your chin gives the best point of view, but it's also immediately noticeable. No hiding the fact that you're filming yourself ride. It also inhibits your view to a minor degree. It needs the additional media mod to wire a microphone in, and with that mod on, you can change the battery or switch out the battery without removing the GoPro from the helmet entirely. Same for the memory card. I'm going to give it a generous 7. However, with the Insta360 one stuck on top of your helmet to take full advantage of the 360 view is by far the most noticeable and ridiculous setup I've seen. It immediately sucks any cool out of you, and it doesn't matter how great the footage is, you look ridiculous. Other motorists smirk and double take you when you're stopped at lights. Just check out my shadow here. You also need to remove it from your helmet to access the memory card. Kind of embarrassing too. The GoPro with the media mod included, which is needed for motovlogging, weighs in at a whopping 255 grams, and my tests, the GoPro battery only lasted 56 minutes and cut out before I'd finished my ride. I hate hearing those dreaded GoPro 3 beeps. That means the fun is over, and it happens way too fast on this camera. Heavy and short battery life makes this a 5. And the Insta360 one weighs half that at 125 grams, and the battery lasted 64 minutes. I'd say a respectable 7. The Sena Evo 10C excels, weighing a mere 90 grams, and the battery lasted an impressive 20 minutes more than the Insta360 one at 84 minutes, crushing it at 10. The last section is price, and I've links to all of these different products that I use in this video in the description below. So here we go. The Insta360 one is only $299, 10 points. The Sena Evo 10C costs $399, 7 points. The GoPro Hero 10 costs $599, but it's currently on a special offer for $399. However, you do need to add a $79 media mod to make it MotoVlogging ready. 6 points. So when we go through each category again and add them all up, what do we come out with? Insta360 is in last place with 32 points out of a possible 50. GoPro Hero 10 has 38 points out of 50. And the Sena Evo 10C scores an impressive 38 points out of 50. Okay, wait. I said GoPro was the second best motovlogging camera, but both the GoPro Hero 10 and the Sena Evo 10C scored the same points. And the reason I think the GoPro comes second is that if I could only wear one camera ever, something that's easy to use, unintrusive, battery lasts, and I just have it with me all the time, it would be the Sena. It's basically the argument between phone camera and digital SLR. Yes, the DSLR undoubtedly produces better video quality, it's fully customizable, and when you've got one on you and you're ready to go, you can't really beat it. But 7 times out of 10, it's your phone camera you're using to capture those special moments in your life, because it's right there on you and it's ready to go. So I choose the Sena Evo Pro as my top pick. But I also wholeheartedly recommend the GoPro Hero 10 as the culmination of 14 years of innovation to get these action cameras to where they are today. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have making it, and if you did, why not check out how my custom BMW R18 rebuild is doing by clicking on one of these links here. Thanks and have fun. Good luck.